not a veteran. This is her first time to the Kemetic Spiritual Intensive Retreat. Zilly, what did you hear about the first retreat that made you want to come to this retreat?
I heard a lot. I heard that, of course, it was a very spiritual experience for everybody. Physically, emotionally, all of that was involved in the first one. Some people share with me some of the things that they did, like martial arts, yoga, I believe chanting, and a lot of different things. So that's what really piqued my interest. And then plus, you know, you get a chance to experience it all with people from the Temple of Anu, and you know, and other people. That's a good feeling too, to experience it with others. So that's why I really wanted to go.
So this weekend, what was your most impactful experience out of the whole weekend?
I would say when we went to the river and we put our feet in the, you know, the cold water, we were asked to pick 5 smooth stones and to just throw those out into the water that would like represent, you know, getting rid of negativity in your life and things that have happened to you. I think that that was one of the most impactful things for me, because I actually felt that. I really felt that. I felt that release of negative energy as I threw the rocks down the river. Another thing is Hesse, which is something that I've experienced before, but
What's Hesse to some people?
Oh, Hesse is like with chanting. You chant different words, you play instruments, if you feel like you want to dance, whatever the case may be. And you do that for like an extended period of time. And with me, my experience, I just feel like I'm kind of like meditating. I feel great when I'm doing it. I almost feel like I'm going into a trance because my body is kind of like moving on its own. So it's a really different experience, but those were the 2 most impactful things for me. But the whole thing was great. I always enjoyed martial arts. I enjoyed yoga. I just enjoyed, you know, talking and sharing my experiences with everybody. So the whole thing was great. There was nothing that was a miss for me. It was all good.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as your energy and vitality, when you came in Friday, what was your energy level? We did the energy scale.
Yeah, my energy was low on Friday. On Friday it was a 5, and that was because I was tired. I had a long day, and then plus I had like a migraine headache, so that just kind of like took a toll on me that night. So I was a 5 then. Even before the retreat ended, my energy level increased. So I would say it's about a 10 now.
Brother Maoli, this is your second time on the Kemetic Spiritual Intensive Retreat. What was impactful for you this time around?
This time around was more looking to expound on things that I was able to relate to the first time around. The first time was opening the way. The second time was kind of more embracing those things that I felt the first time around and kind of delve into them a little bit deeper. So that's basically what I was looking for this time around, was to get a stronger feeling for the things that I got the first time around.
Did you achieve that?
2. I achieved a lot of the things that I need to do, connect with myself a lot more. The first time was actually just embracing the idea of stepping into Nature and NTR and understanding what its benefits were for me. This time around was, now that I knew the benefits, was how can I connect to those benefits and take those things back to the city and apply them to not only my life, but other people's lives, and see if it'll impact them the same way.
On this retreat, was there anything specific that stood out to you as the most impactful out of the whole weekend?
I'd say releasing. As I said, the first one was more connecting and creating that pathway. This one was more releasing. For instance, we did the stone throw in the creek, and I felt that was like, you know, like I wasn't expecting that. It was something new on this retreat that we didn't do on the last one, and that embodied taking everything that, all the baggage, the negative baggage, the negativity, negative energies, all those things that built up in our system, and channeling them into stones and throwing them as far as you could, and that represented just releasing those negative vibes. And we also did Another one where we left fruit at the base of a tree that connected with us, and that also took those energies and took it back to the Netter. So those two things were very impactful for me, because that's something that sits strongly with me, is the pain, anger, depression, and hatred. So to be able to tap into those things and release, I was really happy about that.
Do you have any words to share with all the people out there in TV land that wasn't able to make it to this Kemetic Spiritual Intensive Retreat? Any words of wisdom and insight?
So, I say just work hard at trying to make it if you can. Even if you can't come out these great distances, like work towards it. Just connect with family members, connect with anybody that you can to be able to come out to something like this. And it's an experience. Going on vacations doesn't really sum up anything that I can say about a retreat. Vacations, you go, you may have fun, but it's not a total body experience. If you're looking for a mind, body, soul, spiritual cleanse, then you really want to come out to this retreat. It's totally beneficial for every aspect of your life, and you'll be taking back such a glow of energy that it'll move into other parts of your life, and people will recognize that. And then the more you come and take, and the more you take back, it'll just keep going and going and building to the point where you're in tune. And even if you don't come out on the retreat, you'll be able to tap into the Netter at any point in time, even going into the park, you know, because you've been able to build that connection. So I say if you get the opportunity, work hard at it. You know, many people work hard at going on vacation, saving a lot of money, so it's possible. It's, you know, it's not impossible. I mean, even if it takes a year, 2 years, put the money aside, set the time aside. It's a cleansing experience.
One more question. I know you got a chance to spar and play with some of the roles of the African martial arts. What was your experience with that this afternoon?
I'm really looking forward to building up my my martial arts skills and, you know, taking classes and things like that. But on the level of just getting out there and experiencing what I did experience, it was great. You know, the adrenaline rush, the pumping, the heart, just pumping like just rapidly, and just like getting in there and being in the zone and just letting instinct take control. You know, even though I didn't know exactly what I was doing, it's just the instinct of it. That's another release, you know, because in the regular world, like, you know, out there in the city, you know, we don't have a chance to just let our instincts take control. And in a situation like this where you're sparring, it's kind of like you're in a situation where you've never really been in that situation before, and it just allows you to just release a part of you that you never released before. So for me, it was strong. It was really strong. So when I took upon the, you know, I started getting into it. You know, I got in there once, caught my breath, came back in there again, caught my breath, came back out there. And, you know, the more and more I went out there, the more and more I built up that, you know, that strength, and my intuitiveness like was building. And I just, you know, now I'm looking forward to actually learning some actual moves and, you know, getting back out there with Hasedi and, you know, second Ra, and giving them a little, you know, what for.
All right, we have this wellness scale that we talk about. We ask people before and after they participate in things with us. We ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel? 10 being the highest level of vitality, 1 being the lowest level of vitality. What was your level of vitality Friday evening when you came in?
My level of vitality, I would say was an 8 when I first came in. So I had a lot of energy coming in. I was ready to go. I had the feeling for it, so my energy was high. But I can say now, at the end of the retreat, it's probably off the scale. You know, it can't even be graded on that scale anymore. So I'd say like it's through the roof right now.
Yeah, the man himself, Dada Gudamaya, who is a monk of the Ananda Marga system. What's interesting is the Kemetic system and the Indian system are almost like cousins. Actually, the ancient historian Herodotus said there's two nations of Ethiopia which were known as Kush. One where it is in Africa and the other was India. And they both have very similar systems of spirituality and metaphysics. But if you read our publication before, everybody spoke about how good the food was. And this man is responsible for the food. He's a monk. In his system, they have a term. What's the term up there? It says Baba Nam Kiva Lam. It says love is all there is. So if you have a person who is a monk creating your food, you have nothing. You have no choice but to feel that divine love, because that's his spiritual system. A person who practices a spiritual system that always encourages divine love, the vibration from the food is always going to be very high. So as you noticed, everybody's vitality level went from low to high. Not to say that it was all just because of the food, but it was all a combination or a synthesis of all the things that we've done this weekend. But I want to give you a chance to meet the man that was behind all the food that we ate. Every meal was like a feast. We have like 13 to 15 people, and we eat seconds, thirds, fourths. And when we look at the food, it looks like we haven't even put a dent in it. But this is the man responsible. He makes us feel good, and we feel it's only right to do him justice and give him some recognition. To speak to Brother Mintu Ra. He has a holistic center called Life, Strength, and Health in Plainfield, New Jersey. So I know you're a Reiki practitioner and a holistic healer. So why is the Kemetic Spiritual Intensive Retreat significant for you?
Well, for me, I feel like it one allows me to retreat away from just all of the stresses of the world, in a sense, and when you can do that, it just opens you up. So I feel like, for me, it opened me up as far as like any type of energetic blockages I have. I feel like the stress has released from me, and any negative energies that I might have accumulated just from daily life, I feel like it's gone. So I truly feel rejuvenated from this weekend journey that we had.
No, this is your second retreat that we've only done it twice, so he's been on both retreats. Would you say there's a difference between the first time we came out and the second time?
Absolutely. I mean, both of them were really good. I was looking forward to the retreat for the whole winter, and for me, this particular retreat, I have more experiences. I think we did more rituals and things to really like open you up. So I definitely felt the difference because of the more spiritual work that we did this time around.
You said rituals. Some people are scared of that word. You think it's something that people should be intimidated to come away on a retreat and do? What you just said, rituals. Would you want to elaborate or clarify for people that's scared of things like that?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's nothing to be afraid of. All we really did was just reconnected with nature.
Yeah.
You know, we just did, things to reconnect with the earth and to ground ourselves and just be more in tune with the earth. So I don't think it's anything to be afraid of. We just did things dealing with the water and dealing with the soil and things like that. We did a tree meditation, which is simply, meditating next to a tree. It's nothing spooky or anything like that, but it's definitely a life-changing experience.